Hey, look at that. Look at that. We're back. Just got to re-tag everybody now. But if you're here, what's up? Say what's up. Let us know you're in here watching. Live now, B3. Same link from last night. Finally got it working. All right. Don't know if anyone's going to jump in here until I start sending the tags out, so bear with me for just a second. Select all. Copy. All right. Going to start shooting the tags out now. We're just going to have a really early break today, so that's where we're at. Just resending out all the tags. So bear with me a second. B3, what up? We are finally live. Still may have to get a new computer though, because I think the problem was that there were updates that were all jammed in like the update queue, and the updates weren't happening. And then by the time they did happen, they all happened all at once, and then it crashed the computer and they got stuck like either halfway downloaded or pending and just stuck in the queue. So then last night we couldn't go live, so I start checking for I go to the systems, and then I go to settings and systems and updates, and I go to run like a diagnosis to check and see if like there's any updates waiting to update, and there was a ton of them, and then it just crashed the computer, which was wild. Yo, what's going on? Every time I see Peg Leg Johnson pop up, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Jacob. Like, I'm not 100%. In my mind, I got to like play it over again and be like, I think we definitely had this conversation. I'm 99% sure that's Jacob. What up, Jacob? We are back. Ready to go. Ready to go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wash my hands real quick, because I came in here expecting to figure out like, all right, what do I got to do? How do I got to get this thing up and running? And then I hit, you know what, let me just reload the stream and see if I can go live. And I reloaded the stream now that all the updates were done. And I hit go live, and it went live immediately. And I was like, all right, well, it looks like we're going live now. All right, let me wash my hands real quick. I don't like to have any kind of like dirt or like greasiness on my hands before I break, so I usually wash them directly before I break, and then put some like a little hand sanitizer on. And I just noticed over the years that it stops me from having to put on gloves, but it also stops from like leaving like oily fingerprints. I always want to say greasy, but it's not grease. It's oil, like oil. Your skin's naturally oily. Um, but if I wash my hands with like Dawn dish soap right before we break, it usually stops from leaving any kind of like fingerprints or anything. But yeah, so no better time than the present, I guess, to go live now. Like I said, I was coming in just to kind of check, how all the updates went on the computer, and then kind of figure out like, was that the issue? Is that what was stopping me from going live? Was it YouTube that was the problem last night? Like, I don't know why I wouldn't go. And then I hit like, screw it, let's try it now. So I hit go live and it just went. So I was like, all right, that's perfect. The last two things I have to do before we get started, I got to go grab a seltzer from the fridge. And I'm going to let the dogs out because I'm noticing it's just about 5 o'clock. They usually go out at 6, but we're going to be right in the middle of the break at that point. So I'm going to let them out real quick, and then we're going to get started. So if anyone pops in, let them know. We'll get started in about 5 minutes. And for those of you that are here, just little patience with me because I wasn't expecting to go live right away. So bear with me for just a second. I grab a drink, let the dogs out. We'll be good to go. Beat 3. This is going to be a big one. There's like 8 or 9 autographs guaranteed. There's about 15 patches, a bunch of number. I think it's like 28 hits guaranteed, including the Cosmic pack, which you see front and center. That's got 4 cards in it. All of them are super short print or ultra rare. Not a ton of these packs are made, and when they get released on Panini directly, and they usually go really quickly. All right, I'll be right back, P3. All right, B3, let's get this sucker started. Throw a little hand sanitizer on my hands real quick. We're going to go through a list of ownership in just a second, and then we'll get right into it. Supposed to do this one last night. Was still kind of getting over like the remnants of being sick last night too. I've been down for like a week. Bad. But slowly recovering. I have a feeling it was probably COVID. Like from what I'm hearing from people who have gotten it recently, it didn't show up on like the old tests that you buy at like Walmart or whatever. Like the ones that say the COVID and flu tests, whatever's going around now doesn't show up on those. So wouldn't surprise me. Anyone who's been around long enough to remember 2021, the 1 week where I kind of lived in the office, we broke maybe once or twice in that span, but I had dragged the couch cushions into the office and I just camped out on the floor for a week in like quarantine because I was really, really bad. But I haven't been sick like this since then, which was 2021. Crazy. All right, let's get into a list of ownership. We got Bogey on the Cardinals, Mike Haralambis on Atlanta, Joe Lurch on the Ravens, Stanton Griggs going to be on the Bills. We got Scotty Struble on the Panthers, Adam Lamp on Chicago. Excuse me. I'm thinking Adam Light, saying Adam Lamp instead of Benny Lamp. Benny Lamp on the Bears, and that actually reminds me, I have to text him the new link because he doesn't look at Facebook Messenger. He does, but like very rarely. All right, so I just text him. So Benny Lamp on Chicago. Why am I beeping now? Weird. Benny Lamp on the Bears. We've got Jacob DeLong on the Bengals. Cleveland still up for grabs if anyone wants them. If not, I'll keep them. They are at, I think, 18. And then you've got Robert Avisha in on the Cowgirls. We got Metzi on Denver. Stanton Griggs on Detroit. Adam Light on the Green Bay Packers. We got Joe Lurch on the Houston Texans. We got Scott Krukenberg in on Indy. Harlan Benner on the Jags. B3 on the Chiefs. You got Mike Haralambis on the Raiders. Wayne Maury on the Chargers. You got Harlan also on the Rams. Jamie O'Hara on the Finns. You've got Jason Switzer on the Vikings. Adam Light on the Patriots. Stanton Griggs on the Saints. B3 and the boys on the G-Men. Jets are still out there for 34 if anyone wants them. Then you got Joe Lurch on Philly. Adam Lamp on the Steelers. I said it again, Adam Lamp. Benny Lamp on the Steelers. Benny, I don't know what I'm doing today. Benny on the Steelers. You got Adam Light on San Fran. Jacob DeLong on Seattle. Wayne Maury on the Bucks. The Tennessee Titans are still open and available if anyone wants them. They are 25. And then you've also got Joe Lurch rounding it out on the Washington Commanders / Redskins / football team, depending on the year and play, or depending on the team and player picture. What are we breaking tonight? Well, we've got the 2023 Select Football. That is Select Cosmic, the reward pack from back in like I want to say it was maybe June of 23, maybe July of 23, a while back. But that's the Select Cosmic. Put that in a safe spot. What else we got? We have 2024 Encore, the debut edition of the hobby with one auto, one mem. We are looking for the Panini Choice and Pinnacle Showcase Ultra Rares. And then Pen Pal Duels inscriptions as well. We've got Donruss Clearly. 1 autograph guaranteed. You're looking for your ultra rare downtown, the new downtown legends, downtown duos, and uptowns. And then we've also got Zenith. Zenith guarantees 2 autos, 1 that would be a patch auto, and then you've got your ultra rare Zoom that you're looking for. And then we've got the Rookies and Stars longevity box that guarantees 1 auto, 1 mem. No ultra rares, just an auto and a mem guaranteed. We've got the Prestige Megas. This is from the second half of the case. The ones that we've been opening recently with these, we've killed it. Like multiple autos, multiple big hits. I think we pulled like a redemption and an auto out of the last one. So you get 3 numbered guaranteed. You're looking for your ultra rares, worldwide celebrations, and more. So that is Prestige. And then we've got dual Prism, dual contenders from both years. So first you got 2023 contenders, 1 auto, 2 mems guaranteed. You're looking for your ultra rare License to Dominate and Crown Jewels. 1 auto, 2 mems guaranteed. Then you've got 2024 contenders looking for the ultra rare Permit to Dominate, and then Superstar die cuts. 1 auto, 2 mems guaranteed. Then you got your 2023 Prism. You're looking for 5 of the pink prisms per box. 5 pink. 1 mem guaranteed. 3 silvers. Ultra rares include the ultra rare red and blue retails. Those are super short printed. And then again, 2024 Prism, you're going to get your 5 pink guaranteed, 10 rookies, 3 silvers, 1 mem guaranteed. They do say that there is autos in this. You've got your rookie autograph, Prism pink, and base auto Prism silvers. So definitely possible to get an auto, but not guaranteed. So that's where we're at. Let's get started, B3. I think we're going to with 2024 contenders. I got to get the garbage down here. I forgot about that. Ugh. Let me turn the light off overhead too. That usually creates a bit of a glare. There we go. That should be better. Good luck, B3. We're starting about 20 hours after we wanted to start, but we're starting. Security tag. I'm not sure why they put them on the outside. I thought the idea was to put them in the middle so they didn't get dinged, but weird way of packaging, I guess. Empty box. Let's get it. I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to close the break on the post and just mark the teams that are left as owned by B3, since it doesn't look like anyone's going to claim them. Thought that was going to be a patch, but nope. So that way, at least no one tries to claim them once we get started. Then I usually feel bad because I forgot to mark them as closed. So I'm going to do that right after we rip these down, right before we get started. I think there's a mem in this one. There is. So we'll move that to the bottom. That's got one of the mem cards in it. Cleveland Jets Titans still on the board if anyone wants them. Cleveland is 18. Jets are 34. 24, I believe, and then Titans are 25. That was the other patch pack, so let's move that down. So the patches are on the bottom. All right, let me quickly mark these down as no longer open. Adam will take the Jets. That's right, you did say that. I totally forgot. What up, Adam? All right, let me put you on the Jets here. Adam Light, Jets. And then I'm going to mark the other two as just closed. All right, so where are the Jets at? There they are. Adam Light. And then Cleveland going to be 3. And Tennessee going to be 3. Boom. All right, so the post show's closed now, so no one else can claim them. And if they do, well, at least I marked it. I'm going to unpin this post from yesterday saying the prices. There we go. And we are good to go. Stanton's at a cornhole tournament. Good luck, sir. All right, here we go. Good luck, B3. First look at contenders. We got Austin leading us off, TJ Watt, Dak Prescott, Harrison Smith, Lamar Jackson. Are you guys seeing a lag at all on the camera? Just let me know. Travis Kelce, K9, Jared Goff, Nick Chubb, draft class Neon Dion, round 1, pick 3, shown as both, Neon Dion and Barry Sanders. So it's a duel. That'll be a dice drop. You are. All right. One thing I can do is shut it down and restart it now that we know going live works. But the problem is I don't know if we're going to run into a problem going live again after, but we can definitely try it. That is going to be a dice drop between the Lions and the Falcons. So that's Brian Graves and Mike Haralambis. We got Xavier Legette on a draft class rookie going out to Scotty. That's round 1, pick 32. Then we've got Devontae Adams, Will Levis, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Kyler Murray, Ramondre Stevenson, King Henry, Mahomes always gets a sleeve. You got DK, Amon-Ra, Darius Slayton, Keenan Allen, Tua on a red. Nice little parallel there for Miami. That's going to be Jamie O'Hara. And your auto is Richard Jabunior. Jabunior, kind of like Junior, but Jabunior. That is a Seattle Seahawk. Bang. Beautiful auto. Heck yeah. Rookie ticket for Seattle. That is Jacob DeLong. You've got Adonai Mitchell on a rookie Stallions going out to Indy. That is Scott Krukerberg. And then a Vinny Testaverde, Jim Harbaugh draft class, round 1, pick 1 from 87. That'll be a dice drop between the Bears, Benny Lamp, and the Bucks, Wayne Mowry. Trey McBride. You got D-Hop, CJ Stroud, AJ Brown, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, and Drake London. So first auto out is a beauty. Love the way the new rookie ticket autos look. Richard Jabunior. Dang. Linebacker, Seattle. Heck yeah. Let's get the base out of there. Make sure I didn't miss any of the color variations in the first pack. I don't think we saw any. Oh, we did. It was one. It was a gold or a bronze Nick Chubb. I didn't notice, but the foil on that on the bottom is bronze. So that's a parallel. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's lagging. So we can definitely try to restart it if we want. I just don't know what's going to happen. But you guys let me know what you want to do. I'm good with either, but I don't want to wait a whole nother day to break again. All right, here we go. We got Shake and Bake, Aiden Hutchinson, Brees Hall, DJ Moore, Puka, Bobby Wags. You got AR, Pat Fryermuth. The bronze game ticket is CJ Stroud. Little parallel there for Houston and Joe Lurch. Then you got Keon Coleman on a draft class. Pick 1 for Stanton. Round 3 numbers. Nice little dice drop there for Marshawn Lloyd and Luke McCaffrey. That's going to be Packers, Adam Light, and Washington, Joe Lurch. So that's another dice drop. Then you got Josh Allen, Mad Max, Mike Evans, Josh Jacobs, Garrett Wilson, Trey Hendrickson, Kyron Williams. You got Bijan, Travis Etienne, Brock Purdy, PS2, Derek Carr, Bryce Young, James Cook, George Karlaftis, Joe Burr on the red foil. That is Cincy and Jacob DeLong. Then you've got a draft class, 1988, Tim Brown, Michael Irving, round 1, pick 11, round 1, pick 6. That's a drop between Mike Haralambous on the Raiders and Robert Avisha on the Cowgirls. You got Rookie Stallions, red foil, Jaden Daniels going out to Joe Lurch. That's a nice one. Rodgers, Burrow, Tua, James Conner, Jonathan Taylor, Micah Parsons, and Kendrick Bourne. I say leave it. Yeah, leaving it might be best. The only thing I could do is a full system reset on the internet, which usually works, but it would just have me worried. But if it does get really bad, we can always just crack my elbow. We can always redo it if it starts to go off the rails and get really annoying. Man, that's a rough cut. Didn't want to go in. All right, last little stack. What do we got? Let's see. Zay Flowers, Harrison Butker, Tyler Lockett, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Burns, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Mack. Red foil is Christian Watson. That's Green Bay and Adam Light. And then you got Jalen McMillan on the rookie ticket variation swatch going out to Wayne Mowry, who gets the first patch of the evening. So first auto went to Jacob DeLong. First patch going out to Wayne Mowry on a beautiful McMillan. Definitely like the patches this year. I like contenders this year. I'm a fan. Happy we just got all the hobby boxes in too. All right, we got a round 1 numbers. Ricky Pearsall and Xavier Leggett. That'll be a dice drop between Scotty and Adam Light. You got Adam Light Scotty Struble on the Panthers. This is Rookie Stallions Jonathan Brooks. Then you got Amari Cooper, Jalen Waddle, Kirk Cousins, Evan Ingram, Christian McCaffrey. You got Cortland Sutton, Josie Jewell, Daniel Jones, Adam Thielen, Josh Palmer, Stephon Diggs, Russell Wilson, Myles Garrett, Jay Jetta. Red foil going to be Rodgers. That's the Jets, Adam Light. And then BTJ coming out on the rookie ticket. Jacksonville, Harlan, who completely missed last break, had a very rough one. Jumping on the board early in this one. BTJ on the rookie ticket variation swatch. So McMillan and Brian Thomas Jr. are the patches. That's pretty good. Pretty good box. Round 1 numbers, you've got Quinyon Mitchell and Byron Murphy. That'll be a dice drop between Joe Lurch on Philly and Jacob DeLong on Seattle. Xavier Worthy, Rookie Stallions for B3. Then you got Zaire, George Kittle, Olave, Dalton Kincaid, Gardner Minshew, Rashad White, and Christian Watson rounding it out. Not bad for a first box, B3. Not bad. I am aware of a slight lag, but it doesn't seem bad enough where we should restart it. And if we do restart it, I'm just concerned with what would happen, especially after yesterday where it just wouldn't go live. But I mean, hey, we're going to have to take a chance at some point and try to go live again and see if it'll work. So if it gets to the point where it's unbearable, let me know. We can do it now or we can do it later. Don't matter to me. All right, these are dice drops, so I got to keep those separate. Those are dice drops. So we got to do those. Try tomorrow. Don't do it now. Do it tomorrow. Hey, as long as it's not creating a huge issue, I'm good with it. Okay. Now where to? Let's go to Prism, since we got Prism and contenders for both years. So we're starting off with 2024. We'll take a little dive into 2023 after this. Empty box. Good luck, good luck, good luck. That's going to be our patch. So we'll send that down to the bottom. I was like, what am I getting caught on the back? Kid card. Always a kid card. Boom. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good luck on 24 Prism. You got Andre Rison, Dak Prescott, Zaire Franklin, Kendre Miller. Your first pink out going to Robert Avisha. It is Tony Dorsett for the Cowgirls. You got Javon Baker on a rookie for the Patriots. That's going to be Adam Light. Adisa Isaac on the Ravens. That's going to be Joe Lurch. You got T. Higgins, Matt LaFleur, Matty Stafford, Calvin Ridley on the silver, going out to B3. Richard Sherman, the Shermanator on a pink. Jacob DeLong. Drake May coming out for Adam Light out of Prism. That's a good start. Rook Aurora Falcons. That is Mike Haralambis. Then you got Herman Moore, Devontae Adams, Scary Terry, Hines Ward, Ennis Rakestraw Jr. on the pink, going out to the Gravedigger. Nice one there. Maris Luafu going out to Robert Avisha. You got Laiatu Latu going out to Scott Krukerberg on the Colts. Nice little fireworks rookie. Corey Dillon, Cooper Kupp, Randy Moss, Mike Allstott. Then you got Foye Olukun for Harlan on a pink. Jace McClellan for Mike Haralambis on a base. Xavier Worthy to B3 on a base. You got Trey McBride, Bobby Wags, Phil Sims, Trey Hendrickson on the silver. That one's going to be Cincy. Jacob DeLong. Troy Franklin on a pink, going out to Denver and Metsy. Chop Robinson on the base for Jamie O'Hara on Miami. Then you got Romo Dunze on a Portals for Benny Lamp. King Henry, Micah Parsons, Saquon Barkley. You got Ramondre Stevenson on the silver, holding back the hit. Bring the back to the front. You've got Jonathan Brooks on the base for Scotty. Brock Bowers coming out for Mike Haralambis. Very nice. And then Ramondre holding back. Drake May. Adam Light just dominated that one. Got the Drake on the base and the Drake on the patch. Adam and I were just talking about how the patches, it's so weird. They're worth so much less, the regular pink variation. But still, when you're chipping away at the buy-in on a team like the Patriots in a break like this, you know, you're talking $90. This is at least a little $10 chip away at the total. So not complaining about it. We'll take it. Nice hit, Adam. Chipping away. Getting this doesn't hurt at all, though. The Prism base, when you get them PSA 10, they definitely help. The more Prism base you get, the better chance you get at locking down a few of the 10s, which is nice if you do the grading yourself. Actually, I'm putting that. This one's prettier. We're putting that one in the front. All right, we got Troy Franklin for Metsy on a pink, and Rakestraw for Brian Graves on a pink. What up, Scotty? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. We got a little bit of a lag going, but we chose not to restart. And other than that, I wasn't really expecting to go live now. I just kind of came down to the office to be like, you know, let's figure out what was happening last night. Can we fix it? Can we not fix it? What was going on? Turns out there was a bunch of updates like stuck in the queue waiting to update. And then they all tried to update at once and it crashed the computer. And then they all didn't update when it rebooted. And they just sat in there either half downloaded or not downloaded or in the queue. And I guess that just built up over time. And the computer was like, nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it. So that's where we were as of last night. This morning I came down to try to kind of, once I noticed everything that was in the queue last night that was waiting to update, I was like, all right, let's run everything tonight. Then I came down around 2 a.m. I shut it down, pulled the battery out, and just let it kind of sit for an hour. Then I plugged it back in, turned it back on, did an update scan, and there was nothing waiting. So I was like, all right, cool. We're just going to let it chill, and I'll try again in the morning. And then I didn't get to it in the morning. By the time I got down here to play with it, it was like 4 o'clock, and there was some more updates that had at that point gone into the queue, so I updated those. And then I was like, screw it, let's just see if it'll go live. So I kind of hit the go live button, brought up the old stream, and just kind of said, let's see what happens. And it worked. So I was like, well, looks like we're going live now. There is a bit of a lag, but I just don't want to restart it, because if I do, like, what might happen? I don't know. I think I might need a new computer at this point. I got to start looking at like good computers that are for streaming, good speeds, that kind of stuff. Do a little research and figure out kind of where I want to go with it. But this computer was Cassidy's computer. This computer belonged to my wife, and she used it for like some work she was doing from home back in like 2019 and 2020. And then when I started B3, I kind of took it down to the office, and it never left the office. And it's been down here being our work computer for going live for like 4.5 years now. But it's older. You know, I could definitely use an upgrade. It served its purpose. It might be time. All right, let's get the bench together here. Boom. All right, we're good. Where do we go next? Let's go to 23 contenders. There goes the security tag. Empty box. Let's hope this mega is as good as the last one. There's one of the patches, so we'll send that down to the bottom. That's going to be the other patch. Yep. So we'll send that down to the bottom. And there we go. All right, 2023 on the Contenders Mega. Good luck, B3. Good luck. All right. We got Kenny Pickett, Myles Garrett, Harrison Smith, Justin Tucker, now suspended. T-Law, DK Metcalf, PS2, Aiden Hutchinson on the red for the Gravedigger, Daniel Jones red for the boys, Jaquan Brisker bronze for Benny. You got Matty Stafford, Kyler Murray, Michael Pittman Jr., TJ Watt, Gasecki, Stephon Diggs. Really? You're going to screw us like that? Donovan McNabb on the draft class. Ridiculous. That is Eagles, Philly, Joe Lurch. You got Jamal Williams. I hope that's not supposed to be our freaking auto. Scotty Struble on the Bryce Young. You got Mad Max, CJ Stroud coming out for Houston. That is Joe Lurch. You got Pickens, Deshaun Watson, Red Claypool for Jamie, Red Bosa for Wayne, and then Aaron Donald on a bronze for Harlan. You got Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Aaron Jones, Swifty, Justin Fields, Cooper Kupp, James Conner, Clayton Tune is your first non-base rookie out. That's Bogey on the draft class, round 5, pick 5. You got Jared Goff on a draft class. Round 1, pick 1 from 2016, going out to the Rams and Harlan. Then you got Justin Herbert, the Howler, Mechie, and Najee. So CJ on the board, Bryce Young on the board. There you go, Scotty. Let's get the base out of the way. We got a few more to throw. Carolina, one of the better value spots, I think, for this break with how many hits they could potentially be looking at. We're going to have to make some room. There we go. That's good for now. Okay. Kirk Cousins, Lamar Jackson. We got a red Kyle Hamilton for Joe Lurch. We got a red Butker for B3. Hans Mahomes. We'll take that. Heck yeah. Jalen Hurts, Sam Hubbard, Tua, Drake London, Foye, Christian McCaffrey. You got Roshan Johnson, round 4, pick 4 for Benny. A draft class, Drew Bledsoe, 93, round 1, pick 1. That is Adam Light. And then a Drew Bledsoe teal foil draft class, 83 out of 149. That is a beauty. We'll take that all day. There you go, Adam. Patriots hitting. Drew Bledsoe teal to 149 on the draft class. Was not expecting that. All right, we got OBJ. My homie's back again for B3. He'll always get a sleeve. You got Shake and Bake, Amon Ra, Kayvon Thibodeau, DJ Moore. Red Chubby going out to B3 on the unclaimed Brownies. Red J Jetta going out to Minnesota. Swisher. OBJ on the bronze for Joe Lurch. Then you got Jared Goff, Saquon, Jaquan Brisker, AD, Aaron Donald. You got Buddha. Will Levis on the base rookie going out to B3 on the unclaimed Titans. Then you got J Love. Round 1, Zay and Kincaid. That'll be a dice drop between Joe Lurch and Stanton Griggs. And then you got a Jordan Addison ruby foil going out to Minnesota and Switzer on the Jordan Addison rookie Stallions. Red or ruby foil. Nice one there for Minnesota. Little bronze foil ticket there for my homies. All right. Last 2 packs. Here we go. I'm pretty sure they screwed us on the auto because the points was there and we haven't hit one. Bolton, Lockett, Aiden Hutchinson. You got Daniel Jones, Chase Claypool, Joey Bosa. Red foil Gino for Jacob. Red foil Dangerous for Metzi, and a bronze Baker for Wayne. You got Micah Parsons, Ramondre, Josh Jacobs, King Henry, Jair Alexander, Hassan Reddick, Joey B. You've got a Bryce Young rookie ticket variation swatch going out to Scotty. There you go, Scotty. Like I said, I thought Carolina was going to be the best value all around, especially with the Cosmic. Already off to a pretty darn good start. Boom. Bryce Young on the board officially. You got Dalton Kincaid going out to Buffalo. That is Stanton. You got Tyreek Hill, Kyle Pitts, Travis Etienne, Bosa, Cortland, Derek Carr, hooked on a Thielen, Jahan Dotson red for Joe Lurch, Dalton Schultz red for Joe Lurch, Buda Baker bronze for Bogey. Then you got JT, CeeDee Lamb, Mac Jones, Josh Allen, Travis Kelce, Chris Godwin, CJ Stroud. What a box. And then you got Tyson Bagent on the Stallions going out to Benny, CJ, Joe Lurch. Houston sat out there for a long, long time before he jumped on him. There we go. CJ on the board. And to get that Drew Bledsoe teal to come out. Very nice. Great couple of contenders boxes. Even though we got robbed on the auto. Overall, not bad. Good. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Those go in the dice drop pile. You get the Chiefs on the board. Bears. Good. Bills. Bears. Where'd the Bears go? There we go. Dolphins. Vikings. Titans. Cardinals. All right. I think we're good on the bench. Let's jump to daytime B3. Doesn't usually ever happen. I would, at 5 o'clock, you're really not even daytime. You're just like early evening. But still getting over being sick. I don't know if you could tell it by the raspiness of my, but still getting over it. Whatever it was, kicked my ass. Kid Reporter. Got a mem down there. Kid Reporter. All right, let's go. Stay up for me. Here we go. Good luck, B3. We got Bernsey, Mark Brunell, Malik Willis, Quinnen Williams, Michael Pittman Jr. on a pink for the Colts. That is Scott Krukenberg. You got Luke Musgrave coming out on a base. Nice one there for Green Bay. That is Adam Light. Yaya Diaby going out to Wayne on the Bucks. You got Trayvon Diggs, Chandler Jones, Jalen Hurts, Jake Hayner on the Prism Silver. That is Stanton. We'll take that. Clayton Tune on a pink for Bogey. Then you got Will McDonald on a base going out to Adam Light. Hype A.J. Brown for Philly. That is Joe Lurch. Then you got OBJ, Bobby Okereke, Minka Fitzpatrick, John Riggins, Antoine Winfield Jr. for Wayne Mowry. Devon Achane, nice one there, coming out for Jamie O'Hara. You got Overshawn going out to Robert Avisha. Then you got Ritter, Bakhtiari, Taysom, Najee, Evan Hull for Scott Krukenberg on the pink rookie. You got Kenny McIntosh going out to Jacob DeLong on the base. Hype Tua for Jamie O'Hara. Then you got Khalil Herbert, Justin Herbert, Noah Fant, Rodney Thomas on a silver for Scott. Hollywood Brown, that one going out to Bogey. Bryce Young on the Prism base. There you go, Scotty. Jaden Reed, another big rookie for Adam for the Packers. Then you've got Kareem Hunt, Kurt Warner, Matt Judon, Myles Garrett holding back the hit. We'll bring the back to the front. You got Felix going out to the Chiefs. That's going to be B3. Zay Flowers making an appearance. Another nice one there for Joe Lurch. And then you've got Myles Garrett on the silver holding back. Dalton Kincaid, Buffalo, Stanton Griggs. Nice hit, kid. That was a pretty good box, too. You got Bryce. You got a couple other big-name rookies. Nice silver there on Hayner. You never know what's going to happen with him. I think him and Rattler are probably going to battle it out for the starting job. I don't really know what's going on. What else is going on in Seattle or in New Orleans? Nice Zay Flowers for Joe Lurch on the Prism. To get Jaden Reed and Luke Musgrave. Two of the better rookies from that class. Tucker Kraft, another one, obviously. You also got Dontavian Wicks. Packers had a great draft class that year. Bryce Young coming back out again. Scotty definitely doing well so far on Carolina. Devon Achane was a nice little surprise for Miami. The boys are sleeping over Aunt Michelle's today. And my wife went with her father to a winery to celebrate their birthday. I was supposed to go to that, but today is the first day that I don't have a fever. Yesterday, I was still kicking around 100.4, 100.7. This morning, I woke up 98, whatever. So finally back to without a fever, but I was like, you know what? The last thing I want to do is get your dad sick. So I'm just going to chill home and recover for the rest of the weekend. And then hopefully next week we'll be fine. And then I'm on vacation after that. Well, PTO, I guess, from work. I'm not really on vacation, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to be home from work when I want to get a lot of stuff done around the house and be sick then because I didn't know enough to take it easy and try to relax. So I'm just going to take it easy this weekend and then take it from there. So that's why I am home alone for probably the greater majority of the evening. Good. All right. Bench is set. Finally feverless. Exactly, Scotty. I'm still a little beaten and battered from the fainting last weekend, but I'm on the road to recovery, which is good. All right, let's go to Prestige. Do a little Prestige action. That should bring out 3 numbered. Maybe a couple autos. The way Prestige has been going recently for us, this thing should be chock full of hits. Prestige has been one of the better products we've been opening recently, just because we've gotten like multiple autos in each box. We've had like redemptions and autos. Our first 10 or 12 boxes of Prestige were terrible, and then the last like 4 or 5 we've opened have been absolutely ridiculous. So I'm just hoping the hotter part of the case was the bottom part of the case. And that's the part that we're on now. So let's hope that heat continues. All right, here we go, B3. Good luck. We got Jim McMahon, Tyree Wilson, Danny Amendola. You got Cole Bishop on a base going out to Buffalo. That is Stanton. Michael Penix Jr. on the base going out to Atlanta. Mike Haralambis. You got a, for the record, Andrew Luck. That one going out to Scott Krukerberg. Hold on, my phone's buzzing. Who's texting me? It's the football thread. Practicing tomorrow at 11. Mm-hmm. Okay. For the record is Andrew Luck. And then you've got Micah Parsons backwards. That is a powerhouse. Robert Avisha. David Montgomery, Gus Edwards, DeMario Davis. You got Drake May coming out for Adam Light. Jonah Ellis for Metzi on the base. Then you got Randy Moss on the red. 488 out of 999. Minnesota Switzer. 488 out of 499 on the Randy. We'll take that. Charles Haley going out to Robert Avisha on the extra points. Then you got Khalil Mack, Ricky Williams, Fashanu for the Jets. That is Adam Light on the base. Then you got Max Melton for the Cardinals, Bogey on the base. Nate Wiggins dressed to impress. That is not a numbered card, but it is a really nice little short print. Last time we hit one, it was Jaden Daniels. It was like a $50 card. Dressed to impress, Nate Wiggins. Nice hit there for Joe Lurch on the Ravens. Heck yeah. Any given Sunday, Jared Goff. That one going out to Gravedigger. Then you've got Casey Washington on an extra points rookie for Atlanta. That is Mike Haralambis. You've got Chuba Hubbard, Puka Nakua, Darren Waller, Chop Robinson going out to Jamie on a base. Cameron Kinchins going out to the Rams. That is going to be Harlan on the base. Then you got a Marius Mims on a green extra points. That is 18 out of 299 for Cincinnati. And Jacob DeLong. So Jacob getting on the board with Cincy. You got Zach Charbonnet going out to Jacob as well on the extra points. Then you got Emmett Smith, Flipper Anderson, Brees Hall, Lad McConkey going out to the Chargers, Wayne Mowry. You got Jamari Thrash, the Thrasher, going out to B3 on a base. You've got an Alma Matters, Cam Hayward for the Steelers, Benny Lamp. But then Bosa and Young for the nine. Nope, actually, Young is down here for the Saints. So Bosa for the Niners, that is Adam Light. Saints for Chase Young, that is Stanton Griggs. So that's a three-way dice drop. Even though he's in the San Francisco 49ers uniform, you can see that it notates Chase Young for the Saints. So that'll be a dice drop. And then you got Trayvon Walker, one of the years past #1 overall pick, on the extra points for the Jags. That is Harlan. You've got Marlon Humphrey, Raheem Mostert, Tony Adams, Rook Aurora going out to the Falcons. That is going to be Mike Haralambis. Then you got Michael Pratt going out to the Packers, Adam Light. BTJ going to be numbered? Yeah, look at that. 362 out of 599 on the Midnight Blue. BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr. We'll take that. Nice hit to 599. And then Frankie Louvu, even though he's in a Panthers uniform, he's with the Commanders now. Signed by the Commanders on March 11th. Extra points going out to Joe Lurch. Not a bad box at all. Not as good as some of the ones we've opened recently, but definitely not bad. Amarius Mims on the numbered rookie for Jacob DeLong. And then Randy for Switzer on the red. Gotta love a little Randy Moss hit. Came out not in the far distant past that Randy was battling some kind of cancer. So prayers go out to him. Hopefully he's okay. I know he's been battling that, but ugh. It's always tough to hear when you know someone's got cancer, man. All right, we got Drake May. Drake having himself a day so far. That's one of the dice drops. All right, let's get these out of the way. Okay. Good. All right, we got to grab a few more top loaders up here. Let's get a podium up there for Penix too. Okay. Okay, that's good. Ravens, we'll put Zay up there with Wiggins. Put Addison up there with Randy. And we'll put Jace up there with Penix. All right. Let's go to rookies and stars. Three, 6, and a tag. Empties. Six. Perfect. A weird way to open a pack. This should be our patch. There it is. Send that down to the bottom. And there we go. Well, let's get some more top loaders up here. Okay. Good. Here we go. Good luck, B3. We got Hawkinson leading it off. Drake London, Pacheco, Lockett, Javante, Slayton, Ray Davis right off the rip on the auto. 212 out of 349. Buffalo, Stanton, Griggs on the Ray Davis. This kid filled in admirably for Cook when he went down. 212 out of 349. This is going to be part of a 1-2 punch for a while out of the backfield of Buffalo. Nice hit, Stanton Griggs. We can definitely clean this up a little bit. All right. Malik Neighbors coming out for the boys on a rookie rush. Then you got Caleb Williams on a draft class for Benny. Cooper DeJean for Joe Lurch. Very nice. You got Amari Cooper, Ramondre, Bijan, Travis Kelce, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton. Trey Benson is your Thrillers laser going out to Bogey. Then you got Brendan Rice for Mike Haralambis, for Wayne Maury on the Chargers. Michael Penix coming back out for Mike Haralambis. Draft class. You got the Thrasher for B3. Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, Austin Eckler, Brandon Ayuk, Jordan Love is your airborne laser. That one going out to Adam Light. You've got a Will Levis, Artistry in Motion, going out to B3. Drake May going out to Adam Light on the Rookie Rush. And then a Jermaine Burton for Jacob DeLong. Did I put a quarterback in this stack? I thought I did. I did. All right, let's get these guys up on the board. So we got Caleb finally making an appearance. Drake May back again. Penix on the draft class. All right, we got Michael Pittman Jr., Myles Garrett, Kendrick Bourne, King Henry, my homies, always gets a sleeve. You got Shake and Bake, Drake May back again, this time on the Crusade laser. Nice color match there. Adam Light. You got Audric Estime for Metzi on the Graffiti, Xavier Worthy draft class for B3, and a Kamari Lassiter for Joe Lurch on the Texans. Rashad White, Jamison Williams, Breece Hall, Swifty, Puka. You got Scary Terry, Jared Goff on the Laser Airborne. That one going out to Gravedigger. Then you've got Jaden Daniels on a draft class for Joe Lurch. You got Laiatu Latu on the Graffiti for Scott Krugerberg. Kid card holding back a Malik Neighbors. On the base longevity parallel. Nice one there for the boys. You got Rodgers, Thielen, Matt Stafford, Will Anderson, Brock Purdy, Chubby, Jaden Daniels, year one, numbered 276 out of 399. Beautiful hit there for Joe Lurch. Needed that. Michael Pratt going out to Adam Light on the Graffiti. Bijan, Artistry in Motion for Mike Haralambis. And then the kid card holding back our last rookie, Edge Cooper, going out to Adam Light on the Packers. So Jaden Daniels just took a big jump up. To the front of the pack. To $399, year one on the swatch. Joe Lurch. Drake May right behind him, though, for Adam Light. Nice one there. Let's get the base out of the way. All right. Worthy. All right. So rookies and stars longevity in the books. Let's get these out of the way. Okay, let's get our bench together here. So the Bears, we got a bunch of those now that Caleb's up on a podium. Oh, just cracked my ankle. Good there. All right, bench is set. And we are down to our hobby boxes. So let's start with Encore because that is the bigger of the three in terms of how many cards you get. Oh, damn, those have been bouncing around, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's got the patch in it. So actually, we should put that on top. 8, 9, and 10. We'll double count that, but empty box. I've been drinking so much water these last couple of days, too, because I've been sick, that I've been peeing like every hour on the hour. So I think I'm going to open this up and let it marinate, and I'm going to run and use the restroom and then come back because I've been holding it for like an hour and a half. Well, we've been live for an hour and a half, and I'm dancing in my chair, but I've been drinking a ton of fluids to try to stay hydrated. We wanted to recount these, didn't we? Yeah, let's do that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So 10, 6 cards per pack, 60 cards total. We should have 1 auto and 1 mem. This is going to be the mem because it's thick, and it is super thick. So I'm hoping it's something good. That is a thick, thick, thick card, whatever it is. Last time we let a box of Encore marinate, we hit a 1/1. So you never know how it's going to shake out. There was some hot takes on the quality of this product when it came out. I had guys message me like, oh, it'll be a great product. Should be super affordable. Guarantees an auto. And then I'd say, oh, I've watched a few breaks and it looks terrible. It's, garbage product. But we got a few when it first released. And the very first box we got, we opened and a 1/1 popped out. I was like, well, it can't be so bad, can it? When you hit a 1/1 in the first box you ever open, you're like, I don't know, I kind of like it. So it just goes to show you sometimes you never know how it's going to work out. Even if it's supposed to be a hot product, it can be a dud. If it's supposed to be a dud, it can be great. Just depends on, your experience when you open it. All right, we are going to there's a badly dinged corner right there. One card has a pretty bad ding to it. Everything else looks okay. I know it was bouncing around in there. It wasn't sitting the way it should in the box, but we got one ding corner. That's about it. All right, we're going to let that marinate for a second, B3. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then we'll be right back to keep it rolling. Man, my knee is jacked up. Bear with me for a moment. Like I said, moving a little slow, but I'm moving. My knee is still really jacked up from when I fainted last weekend. Might as well take these with me. All right, I'll be right back, B3. Gonna grab another seltzer and we will continue moving. We got our 3 hobby boxes left, plus our select cosmic. Ooh. All right, B3, we are back. Thank you for your patience as I hobble around this house. I'm not moving at my normal speed, but I'm moving. All right, you got to plug this phone in before it dies, though. All right, that's done. Let's get going on Encore. So we let it marinate for a minute. Let's hop into it. We got Justin Fields, Derek Carr, Chase Brown, King Henry. You've got Dallas Turner on the team pinnacle going out to Minnesota. That is Switzer. Nate Wiggins going out to Joe Lurch. You got Mostert, Jalen Hyatt, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Rookie Aura is Marshawn Lloyd. That one going out to Adam Light. And then Luke McCaffrey going out to Joe Lurch. You got Christian McCaffrey, Derek Brown, Stephon Diggs. We got a numbered Josh Palmer. That's an orange. That is numbered 27 out of 99. 27. Let's see if it'll come into focus. Josh Palmer. There you go. 27 out of 99. See it right there on his chest. Nice one there for the Chargers, getting Wayne Maury officially on the board. And then the future is now Amon-Ra St. Brown. Not numbered, insert. And Bucky Irving going out to Wayne Maury on Tampa. We got Rashad White, TJ Watt, Dalton Kincaid, Zach Charbonnet is your auto. Jacob DeLong stays hot on Seattle. Seattle never hits. They're hitting today, baby. Zach Charbonnet on the auto. Going out to Jacob DeLong. Bang. Not a bad one to hit. You want to come into focus for us there, Charbonnet, or what? Be nice if I could get it to focus. It doesn't want to focus in all the way, but there you go. Zach Charbonnet on the auto. We'll take it. Heck yeah. We got a Blueprints Joe Montana for the Niners. That is Adam Light. And then Marshawn Lloyd for Adam Light on the Packers. Cade Otton, Jalen Hurts, David Njoku, Josh Jacobs. The future is now Dalton Kincaid. Buffalo, that is Stanton. You got a Will Shipley on a rook for Joe Lurch. Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, Drake London. Chuba Hubbard going to be numbered. For Carolina, that is Scotty. You got 003 out of 150. Heck yeah. So Chuba keeping Carolina hot. Dak Prescott, Team Pinnacle, going out to Robert Avisha. Blake Corum on the rookie, going out to Harlan. You got Jalen Warren, Tyreek Hill, Rashee Rice, Dalton Schultz, Myles Garrett, Blueprints, going out to B3 on the unclaimed Brownies. You got Jaden Hicks going out to B3 on the Chiefs. Tony Pollard, Jacoby Brissett, Will Anderson Jr., Isaiah Pacheco, Emmitt Smith, Team Pinnacle, Robert Avisha, Jaheim Bell going out to Adam Light on the base. You got Kyle Duggar, Jonathan Allen, Justice Hill, Jalen McMillan, rookie numbered 136 out of 150 as Tampa Bay stays hot on McMillan. That is Wayne Maury. Head-to-head, Warren Sapp and Brett Favre. That is a dice drop between Wayne Maury on the Bucks and Adam Light on the Packers. You got Braylon Trice going out to Mike Haralambis. Jamal Adams, CJ Stroud, Jair Alexander, Michael Penix Jr. on the Pinnacle. Mem. You got rookie aura Caleb Williams going out to Benny Lamp. We'll take that. Johnny Wilson to Joe Lurch, and then back to Penix. Penix auto numbered 105 out of 199. Penix 105 out of 199 for Mike Haralambis. Boom. Nice hit, Mikey. We will take it. That is a fatty. That sucker is thick. I'm hoping a 130. Yep. Boom. Michael Penix. Not bad for a hobby box. You got a decent star in Zach Charbonnet on the auto and a numbered quarterback patch. We will take that. McMillan comes up on a numbered rookie. Chuba Hubbard on a numbered. Carolina stays hot. All right. So hobby number 1 in the books. All right, good. Those are done. Move these over here. All right, I think I got everything up there. Those can go there. We got another dice drop here. Put that in the dice drop pile. All right. Let's go to Donruss clearly, then we'll do Zenith. So clearly first, then Zenith. And then we'll end with the select cosmic. Empty box. Damn, I got a whole bunch of notifications popping up about practice tomorrow. I will deal with that later. All right. Let's get our podium out because not a lot of cards, and I like to keep them level so people can't see them. So we'll break out our little podium here and our cover cards, IQ and Obi. Obi messed around and almost won an NBA championship this year. All right, so first one out. Actually, we don't even need that on top. Going to be Brian Burns. Giants, that is B3. I usually sleeve and top load all these because they're all acetate cards. So they scratch up pretty easy. You got Christian McCaffrey. That one going out to the Niners. Adam Light. Speaking of Adam Light, little last spot mojo, last team to be claimed. Malachi Corley for the Jets, the rookie wide receiver. Red, numbered 97 out of 99. Nice little hit there for the Jets. And Adam Light, little last spot mojo. You get the Jets on a podium. We got Kool-Aid McKinstry going out to the Saints. That is going to be Stanton on the rookie. And then Edgerrin Cooper, another Packers hit for Adam Light. Little Edge Cooper on the clearly Donruss rated. K9 showing back up for Jacob. My guy, Patrick Mahomes, going out to B3. My homies. Boom, boom, boom. Here's our auto. Trey Benson, bogey, finally getting on the board with the Cardinals. Benson on the silver ink auto. We'll take it. Trey Benson, silver ink auto. Like I said, we don't need to keep IQ in the way. Cooper DeJean coming out for Joe Lurch. We'll take that. Cooper DeJean on the rated. You got Dallas Turner on a rated for Minnesota. That is Switzer. Still have not seen JJ. Travis Kelce Going out to B3. DeAndre Swift. Going out to the Bears. Benny Lamp. We got another auto, actually. So one of the rare occasions where you get two. Muhsin Muhammad, one of the all-time great wide receivers. 85 out of 199 going out to Scotty Struble. So Scotty stays hot on Carolina. Muhsin Muhammad on the Donruss throwback to 199. Dang, nice hit, Scotty. Brian Mitchell for Washington. That's going to be the Redskins. That's why I say, depending on the year and the player, that's a year and a player where it is the Redskins and not the Commanders. Brian Mitchell, Redskins. What a box this has turned out to be. Jermaine Burton going out to Jacob DeLong on the rated. Top loader has a ding in it. Jermaine Burton. You got Troy Franklin going out to Metzi on the rated. Troy Franklin. Cortland Sutton, also Metzi. Will Levis going out to the unclaimed Patriots, unclaimed Titans and B3. We got another numbered. Darren Woodson, Emerald, 4 out of 25 for the Cowgirls and Robert Avisha. What a box this has turned out to be. Cowgirls on the board. Darren Woodson, 4 out of 25 on the Emerald foil. Cowgirls officially on the board. Then you got Nate Wiggins. Another hit for Joe Lurch on the Ravens. Nate. And then last but not least, Braylon Allen going out to Adam Light on the Jets to round it out. That was a great box. 2 numbered, 2 autos. We'll take that all day long. We might actually use these again. Cardinals now have a podium, so we can throw those up there. All right, good. Bench is in order. Let's go to Zenith. I remember that guy. I know that guy. All right, we're going to go to Zenith. 2 autos, 1 mem. Then from Zenith, we will go to Select Cosmic. Good luck, B3. Good luck. So far on this one, the hits have been flying. Empty box. Breakout IQ here because this is a 1-pack. One pack shot. Manuel quickly holding it down. First one out. Gonna be a chalk talk. Trevor Lawrence chalk talk going out to the Jags. Jacksonville, Harlan Benner. Not numbered, but a nice little insert on the Jags. We'll take it. Jacksonville's got a podium up there already, so we will just add this to it. Chalk Talk T-Law. Next one out. It is a Jordan Love State of the Art Red, Wisconsin. Beauty. Nice hit. Adam Light. Numbered 24 out of 49. 24 out of 49. State of the Art Red. J Love. What a card. She's a beaut. Nice hit, Adam. Heck yeah. Let's get the rest of the Packers up there while we're at it. Packers needed that to kind of give them a decent break. Next one up. This one numbered to 25. Going out to Scotty Struble on the Panthers. 6 out of 25. Julius Peppers. 6 out of 25. Dang. Scotty staying hot. Scotty was on a rough run for a while, him and Stanton both. But recently they've been coming back with a vengeance. All right, this should be our auto up next. Well, actually, I guess there's 2 autos left. 2 autos, 2 cards. I don't know. We're just going to go to it. Speaking of Stanton, and I said they were both coming back, Stanton Griggs gets the Zenith RPA Keon Coleman, numbered 43 out of 199. Keon Coleman on the RPA. Scotty and Stanton double team in this one. Didn't think you guys would hear that ever said, did you? Not with your recent luck streaks. Keon Coleman. Bang. Nice hits, Stanton. All right, who's next? This one going out to Harlan Benner. Jordan Jefferson on the rookie auto, 17 out of 49. So Harlan had a rough one last break, but this break he definitely redeemed himself. Jordan Jefferson on the rookie red Zenith auto to 49. JJ going out to the Jags. And then last card is a base card, Dylan Lobb. Vegas, that is Mike Haralambis on the Raiders. We finally put the Raiders up on a podium. We do have a little pop from Brock Bowers as well. Yeah, that should be not numbered, if I remember correctly. Yeah, not numbered, just the base card. It's always on the bottom. And then we'll leave this out because we'll need it for Cosmic. Ah, there was Brock. So we'll put that up there with Lob. All right, select Cosmic time. All you 2023 chasers, now's the time. Now is the time to step up. Gotta get a few more top loaders over here first. We're running low. Okay. Good luck, B3. Last products, last pack of the evening. Let's say last pack. Oh, don't show nothing. Just let me rip the thing. There we go. All right, IQ, do your thing. All right. Here we go, B3. Good luck. Oh, that's a good one. This kid had a decent first year. Second year. Tank Bigsby. Jags. Harlan Benner on the concourse. This kid, I picked him up in fantasy when Travis Etienne got hurt, and he actually played really well. Beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous cards. Tank Bigsby, select Cosmic rookie. Jaguars, Harlan Benner. Beauty. Harlan had himself a day at the end there. All right, who's next? Ooh, a really nice one there for Joe Lurch. Select concourse, Mark Andrews, Ravens. Baltimore on the board with the Marky Mark. Every single one of these cards has value, by the way. Every one of them is a $20 card minimum. The bigger the name, the more they go for. But Mark Andrews, select concourse, absolutely gorgeous card. Nice hit. Who's next? I think there's 4 per pack. Another rookie. This one going out to Wayne Mowry. Yaya Diaby, one of the better defensive draft picks last year. This is the club level, and for some reason, it seems to be the most sought-after parallel from last year's set. These ones seem to go for the most. Yaya Diaby, Wayne Mowry. The Bucks started off hot. They finish hot. Beautiful card. Nice hit, Wayne Mowry. And then last but not least, there's 5. I was wrong. There's 5 per pack. This one, a monster, Bijan Robinson. Select Cosmic on the suite level. Falcons, Mike Haralambis picking up the Bijan. Bang. Suite level Bijan from Mike Haralambis on the Cosmic rookie. Bang. Break paid for, Mikey. Heck yeah. Now, last but not least. Oh my God. Bijan again on the suite level. Field level. Bang. Mike Haralambis just absolutely demolished this break at the end. This is easily a $200 card. Mike Haralambis, holy cow, bro. Bang. What a finish. Mike Haralambis on the Bijan. Field level and suite level cosmic. Both of them. Holy shit. Mikey Haralambis. Holy cow. Break paid for. So now we know there's 5 in the pack. We got 2 more of those too. So we'll do another one for sure. Holy cow. What a friggin' day for Mike Haralambis. Right up to the end. He got the nice Penix numbers, but those put him over the top. I'm going to look that up. Bijan Robinson, select cosmic field level. My guess is 200. Yeah, there's one literally listed for 200 now. Let me see. Sold items. 138 for the field level. I wonder what, and the suite level went for 225. That's interesting. That must have been a best offer accepted. Suite level. Filter sold. So one went for just under 140, and the suite level went for 100. So $240 in hits right there. 250, 240, plus the numbered Penix. Yeah, Mike, you crushed it, dude. Break paid for. Break paid for off of these 2 cards alone. Holy cow. Talk about going back-to-back Bijans. That's 250 right there. And that's not even one of the quarterbacks, like that's just a running back. Imagine what the next go for. Jesus. What a break, B3. Holy cow. All right. Well, hey, look, it is the 28th. As you guys know, come the 30th, that's the end of the second quarter. So when the second quarter ends, that's the end of the entries into the second quarter free break. So we're probably going to drop one more break tonight, and that'll be the last break that we drop before we cut it off and call quarter 2 to an end. So I think we're probably going to do this exact same break again. We're going to what do they call it? Run it back. We're going to run it back. So I think we're going to run it back one more time, do this same break again, and then yeah, call quarter 2 a wrap. Or we could do an optic contenders and contenders break and do it a little differently as the last break for the second quarter. Up to you guys. Let me know what you want to do. Feel free to message me. Maybe I'll put a little poll on the page to see, do we want to run it back, or do we want to try doing contenders and contenders optic instead? We're going to do both, obviously, but one will just be the last break of the second quarter, and one will be the first break of the third quarter. So we'll figure that out soon in the next couple of hours or day. But yeah, that's kind of where the plans are for now. So just to give you guys an idea. All right, let's get our recap set up here. Clear big winner of the evening is Atlanta. Now behind Atlanta, I would say it's got to be Tank Bigsby on the rookie. Then after that, I would say it's got to be Buffalo with the double autos. Now, Baltimore and Tampa, not too far behind, but they're going to be a little further behind because there's a couple of other teams with some big autos. Like Seattle somehow makes it into the top 5. That's wild. That never happens. And we're going to put Jaden Daniels down at the bottom just because it's numbered. But then we're going to go Yaya. And we're going to go Mark Andrews. That's to 4. So to 25 on the Cowgirls probably next. Actually, no. It's got to be Carolina next. There we go. All right, so far so good. All right, there's the recap. Let me get the rest of these up there. There we go. All right, that's done. Let me get this out of the way. We got a bunch of dice drops to handle. Let me sleeve up the last of these few that I didn't sleeve before. Thought I did. That need to be top loaded. There we go. All right, good. Couple more of these to sleeve up, and we'll be good to go. Okay. All right, so that's done. That's done. That's done. Get these out of the way. All right, those are the base in that rack. Those are the top loaded and sleeved in that rack. And then how many racks do we need? Should be about 1.5. We should be good. Perfect. All right, let's get through our recap. Do you ever do baseball? Not really, Jacob. I open a ton of baseball, but I don't really break it. Just one, I don't know how to call the players' names. I'm not like an active baseball watcher, but I do like baseball. I coach baseball. All 3 of my kids play baseball. I grew up playing baseball. Grew up, in New Jersey, not far from the city. It was an hour to Yankee Stadium, 45 minutes to Shea Stadium. So like I used to go and watch the Mets and the Yankees all the time. My whole family are Mets fans. I'm a Yankees fan, just like my brother and my aunt and my mom. That was it. Everybody else was Mets fans. But I grew up in like the Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, Derek Jeter, Don Mattingly, even before that, like that era of baseball. My grandfather, who coached Morris Catholic and Denville Little League, ran Denville Little League for like 50 years. He was a huge Mets fan. So because he was always telling me I had to be a Mets fan, I think that's why I became a Yankees fan, just to piss him off. But yeah, no, I mean, he donated so much of his time. He was a good man. He donated so much of his time to the kids in town and the sport of baseball. And it's so funny, man. He's got his own field in Denville now, Bob Ramp Field. He had I think it was May 29th or May 30th was Bob Ramp Day in Denville. The community really knew him as a contributor of the baseball environment in town. And I try to volunteer my time around baseball in my hometown now, kind of as like a tribute to him. So love baseball, just don't really break it. But a little bit of basketball. I'd say we do 95% football, 5% basketball. All right. So we've got one dice drop that we have to do separately because it's a three-way. So you got Cam Hayward with the Steelers, Nick Bosa with the Niners, Chase Young with the Saints. So 1 and 2 will go to Cam Hayward, Steelers, Benny Lamp. 3 and 4 will go to Bosa and the Niners. That is Adam Light. 5 and 6 would go to the Saints and Chase Young. That would be Stanton Griggs. So we'll start with that one. Good luck, gentlemen. Good luck. You guys see a 6. I see a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to 4, Bosa, Niners. That is Adam Light. So Adam Light getting the Bosa. I'm going to get my little sticky pad here and just make a note. For San Fran. Okay, stick that on there. We're good there. All right, now we can do these ones all together because they're all the same format. So head-to-head dice drop. 1, 2, 3 is going to be the left. 4, 5, 6 is going to be the right. So 1, 2, 3 would go to Brett Favre and the Packers. That's Adam Light. 4, 5, 6 would go to Warren Sapp. Bucks, that is Wayne Mowry. 1, 2, 3 will go to the left. That is Tim Brown. Raiders, Mike Haralambis. 4, 5, 6 will go to the right. Michael Irving, Robert Avisha on the Cowgirls. 1, 2, 3 would go to Barry Sanders, Brian Graves on the Lions. 4, 5, 6, Neon Dion on the Falcons, Mike Haralambis. 1, 2, 3 would go to Vinny Testaverde on the Bucks. That is Wayne Mowry. 4, 5, 6 would go to Jim Harbaugh on the Bears, Benny Lamp. So we'll run these 4 together. Good luck, gentlemen. You guys see a 2. I see a 1. 1, 2, 3 left. So that one going to Brett Favre and Adam Light. That one going to Tim Brown and Mike Haralambis. That one going to Barry Sanders and Brian Graves. That one going to Vinny Testaverde and Wayne Mowry. So let's just jot that down. 1 left. All right. All right, so those are done. And now we got one more set. This is the round 1 numbers, or round 3 numbers. Round 3, round 1, round 1, round 1. So top going to be 1, 2, 3. Bottom going to be 4, 5, 6. So the top 1, 2, or 3 would go to the Packers, Marshawn Lloyd. That's Adam Light. Bottom 4, 6 would go to the Commanders, Luke McCaffrey. That is Joe Lurch. Top 1, 2, 3 would go to the Eagles, Quinyon Mitchell, Joe Lurch. 4, 5, 6. Bottom would go to Byron Murphy, Seattle, and Jim DeLong. Top 1, 2, 3 would go to San Fran, Adam Light, and Ricky Pearsall. Bottom 4, 5, 6 would go to Carolina, Xavier Legette, and Scotty Struble. Top 1, 2, 3 would go to Zay Flowers and the Ravens. That's Joe Lurch. Bottom 4, 5, 6 would go to the Bills, Dalton Kincaid. That's Stanton Griggs. So good luck, gentlemen. Here we go. You guys can see it. You guys see a 5. I see a 6. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bottom 6 going to McCaffrey. Joe Lurch. Bottom 6 going to Byron Murphy, Seattle. Jacob DeLong. 6 bottom Xavier Legette going to Scotty Struble and the Carolina Panthers. 6 bottom going to Dalton Kincaid and Stanton Griggs. So 6 bottom. Washington, Seattle, Carolina, Bills. All right, I'll go through that in the recap. All right, let's get to our recap, gentlemen. Heck of a break. Tons of hits out of that little one. Definitely packed a punch. And take this down to the Bears. All right, here we go. Will Levis on the rookie going to Tennessee. That is B3 on the unclaimed Titans. Blake Corum on the Encore rookie going out to the Rams. Harlan Benner. More on Harlan later. Ennis Rakestraw going out to Brian Graves on the pink prism. Kool-Aid McKinstry on the clearly rated rookie going out to Stanton. Jake Hayner on a prism silver to Stanton. More on Stanton later. Brownies unclaimed going to B3. You got Jamari Thrash on a prestige and Thrash on a longevity rookies and stars. B3 on the boys on the Giants getting the rookie rush Neighbors and the Neighbors longevity base. Joe Lurch on the Eagles, Cooper Rush longevity Cooper Rush. Cooper DeJean longevity base. Cooper DeJean on the clearly rated rookie. Metzi, Audric Estime on the graffiti. Troy Franklin on the clearly rated. Troy Franklin on the Panini pink prism. Jamie O'Hara on the fins, getting Chop Robinson out of prestige, Chop out of prism. Devon Achan on a little throwback prism. Nice hit there for the fins. Then you got the Colts. This is going to be hard. No. Scott Krugerberg. You got Adonai Mitchell on the rookie Stallions. Laiatu Latu on the graffiti. Latu on the fireworks out of prism. And then Evan Hull on a pink prism. Mike Haralambis on the Raiders getting Dylan Lobb out of Zenith on the base and Brock Bowers on a prism rookie. You got B3 on the Chiefs getting the Mahomes bronze foil. Mahomes on a clearly. Xavier Worthy draft class. Worthy on a rookie Stallions. Worthy on a prism. Then you go to the Bears. Benny Lamp. You got Tyson Bagent on a Stallions. Roshan Johnson on a draft class. Odunze on a Portals. Caleb Williams draft class. Caleb Williams rookie aura. Drop those in there. Next up, you got CJ Stroud for Joe Lurch. Came out on a base contenders and a rookie ticket variation swatch. Very nice. Going down to the Vikings, this one going to be Switzer. You got Dallas Turner on a clearly rated. Dallas Turner Team Pinnacle. Jordan Addison on a red foil rookie Stallion. And then a Randy Moss red extra points numbered to 999. Dropping down to the Bengals. This one going to be Jacob DeLong. You got Jermaine Burton on a longevity, rookies and stars. Jermaine Burton on a clearly rated rookie. And then Amarius Mims on a green extra points numbered 18 out of 299. Dropping down to the Patriots. This is going to be Adam Light. You got Drake May on a prestige rookie. Drake May rookie rush. Drake May on a prism base. Drake May on a prism premier jersey pink. Drake May on a crusade laser red, white, and blue. Nice color match. And then Drew Bledsoe on a teal foil draft class to 149. We'll take that. Nice little throwback hit. Then you got the Chargers followed by the Jets. So Chargers going out to Wayne Maury. You got Brendan Rice on a graffiti. Lad McConkey, Prestige, and then Josh Palmer, Orange Encore, Pinnacle, 27 out of 99. Braylon Allen came out on a clearly rated rookie. So did Malachi Corley on a clearly red to 999 on the Jets for Adam Light. Speaking of Adam Light, we're going to roll right into his other team, the Packers. They did really well tonight. So you got Edrin Cooper on a clearly rated rookie. Rookie aura, Marshawn Lloyd. Marshawn Lloyd on a Pinnacle base. You got Luke Musgrave on a Prism rookie. Jaden Reed on a Prism rookie. And a beautiful state-of-the-art Wisconsin out of Zenith. Red, numbered to 49. That's a beautiful hit. 24 out of 49. Robert Avisha on the Cowgirls, picking up the Emerald Foil Darren Woodson, 4 out of 25. Then you got the Ravens, which was Joe Lurch. This is where you'll start to see our Cosmic. Nate Wiggins, clearly rated rookie. Nate Wiggins on a Pinnacle base. Nate Wiggins dressed to impress on the short print out of Prestige. You got Zay Flowers on a Prism rookie. And then you've got Mark Andrews on the Concourse Select Cosmic. Bang. Nice hit. Nice hit. Dropping down to the Bills, to the Bucks. Wayne Maury, you got Bucky Irving. Jalen McMillan on a Pacific to 150 on the rookie. McMillan on a rookie ticket variation swatch. And then Yaya Diaby Select Cosmic rookie on a club level. Nice hit, Wayne Maury. Wayne didn't go down without swinging. All right. So we got the Panthers now. This is Scotty Struble. So Scotty won the dice drop on the round 1 numbers. This one, Xavier Legette and Ricky Pearsall. Then you also got Xavier Legette on a draft class. Jonathan Brooks, Rookie Stallions. Jonathan Brooks, Prism. Bryce Young, Contenders base rookie. Bryce Young, Prism rookie. Bryce Young, rookie ticket variation swatch. You got Chuba Hubbard to 150 out of Encore Pinnacle. Nice one there for Chuba. Julius Peppers, 6 out of 25 blue out of Zenith. And then Mushin Muhammad, 85 out of 199 on a Donruss Clearly throwback. Very nice. Ended up getting 2 autos out of Donruss Clearly, which almost never happens. So we got lucky there. We're dropping down to Washington next. This is going to be Joe Lurch. This one saved his night tonight. Luke McCaffrey and Marshawn Lloyd on a round 3 numbers, one off the dice drop. You got Luke McCaffrey on a Pinnacle base, JD5 draft class, JD5 Rookie Stallions red foil, JD5 year 1 Rookies and Stars swatch number 276 out of 399. So anytime you get a number, Jaden Daniels, doesn't hurt. All right, now we drop down to the Cardinals. Cardinals, bogey, you got Clayton Tune on a Contenders draft class. Clayton Tune, Prism Pink. Trey Benson, Thrillers, Rookie Laser. Trey Benson, Donruss Clearly, rated rookie auto with the silver ink. Nice night for bogey on Arizona. All right, now we drop to the Seahawks. Can't believe the Seahawks are this far down. Never happens. So Jacob DeLong getting super, super lucky. Seattle, round 1. You got Quinyon Mitchell and Byron Murphy, one on the dice drop. You got Richard Jabunier under the rookie ticket variation auto. Beautiful card there. And then Zach Charbonnet on an auto out of Encore, numbered 126 out of 199. So a great night for Seattle. Then we drop down to the Bills. This would be Stanton Griggs, who had himself a day on Buffalo. Dalton Kincaid, Zay Flowers, round 1, one off the dice drop. Dalton Kincaid, Rookie Stallions. Dalton Kincaid, Premier Jersey Pink out of Prism. You got a Ray Davis auto out of Rookies and Stars Longevity, numbered 212 out of 349. You got Keon Coleman on a draft class. Keon Coleman on the RPA, numbered 43 out of 199 out of Zenith. Great night for the Bills and Stanton. Dropping down to the Jags. This is Harlan Benner, also had himself a day. You've got the Chalk Talk T-Law out of Zenith. Nice insert there. BTJ rookie ticket variation swatch out of Contenders. BTJ Extra Points Blue, numbered 362 out of 599. You got Jordan Jefferson Red out of Zenith, numbered 17 out of 49 on the auto. And then a Tank Bigsby Select Cosmic Concourse Rookie, which was the icing on top and break paid for Mr. Harlan. And then the Falcons, Mike Haralambis, had a absolute monster of a night. Corey Washington on the Extra Points rookie out of Prestige. Jason McClellan on the Prism rookie. You got Michael Penix on the Prestige rookie. Michael Penix on the Rookies and Stars draft class. And then a Michael Penix Pinnacle jersey, little jersey swatch. That is numbered 105 out of 199 on the rookie jersey patch. Then you got Bijan Robinson on the Sweet Level Select Cosmic Rookie. That is a $100 hit right there. And then a $150 hit right here. You've got the Field Level Bijan Robinson Select Cosmic Rookie. So Mike Haralambis absolutely dominated at the end and took that break to the win. All right, B3. On that note, that is the conclusion of our little break. So we are going to call it a day. Like I said, I'm going to try to see where the feeling is with the page, if we want to do this break one more time and run it back, or if we want to jump right to contenders and optic contenders instead. Probably going to put a little poll up and see what happens for an hour, see what people say, and then we'll go from there. So be on the lookout for that, and we will take it from there. B3, we out.